Most sound designers don't know how to earn income from their sound effects. If that sounds familiar, then this is the video for you. Hi everyone, David here from daviddumaisaudio.com, and in this video, I want to show you 3 ways that you can earn money online as a freelance video game sound designer. Before we get into the video though, if you haven't checked the description yet, check it out. I have a link there for a free workshop which goes over exactly how I earn $200 to $500 a month of passive income selling sound effects online. So this is $200 to $500 a month every month that I consistently earn selling sound effects online. So if that interests you, check it out. On there, I just go over what strategies I use, where I sell my sound effects, and a whole bunch of other good stuff. So make sure to check the link in the description for that. All right, let's get started with number 1. So the first way that you can earn money from your sound design online is by offering your services, sound design services on Fiverr.com. So let me show you guys what that looks like. Okay, so here is Fiverr. And what Fiverr is basically a service-based business where a bunch of freelancers can go and post their services online, okay? So what's great is you can find people that can do pretty much anything. And what's great is you don't need to have a ton of experience or anything to get started. You can just create an account and start offering your services right away. Okay, so let's see what kind of stuff we can do here. So I've already searched up for sound design. So if you look at sound design services here, you can see a whole bunch of stuff. So you can see here, I'll make complex sound design and foley for your animation videos, sound design for your video. There's some, I'm sure, for video games, like right down here, some for your video game app. Here, create an immersive sound design for your game, right? So there's a whole bunch of sound designers that go on here and they just promote their service. They say, here, I'll create some sound design for your game. So let's have a look at some of these and see what they look like. So if I click on one of these, you'll see here they'll have their title, exactly what they do, and they'll have 3 different offers for different size projects. Usually that's how they do it, but of course you can do whatever you want. And they'll have their demo reel and then maybe some of their work showing some of their past work and some of their previous clients and what they had to say about working with them, okay? So this is it. And then here you have your gig description. You just basically say what you offer, what you can do for them. And that's pretty much it. You can do a bit about yourself if you want. And yeah, and what's great about this is you don't need to be experienced or professional or anything. You can just come on here and create your service and then offer your services to others. So obviously, you know, there's a lot of competition on here, so it can take a lot of time to build up your portfolio, but it's definitely doable. You don't need, there's no barrier to entry basically, okay? So I actually want to give you guys 3 tips. If you do decide to go the Fiverr route, 3 tips to help you get started, okay? And the first thing is to have a really good a demo reel or a really good video that captures people's attention. Okay, so if you look at, let's say we look at this one, you can see here, these have videos. So right from the main screen here, they can just, whoever's viewing can just click on play and see the video playing right here, okay? Like they don't have to click into the gig and then click play to see the video. They can just see it from right here. So if you have something that catches their attention right away and they see that you're really good and you're a great fit and that your sounds are exactly what they're looking for the project, this can be one way that you can get started, okay? Especially if you don't have any kind of reviews or anything like that on your account. So if you can see like this guy right here, he doesn't have any. You know, obviously he's still doing pretty well, but he doesn't have that video here, so nobody can just click on here and see what he offers. So people have to go in and actually see what he's offering and what he does, okay? But that'd be my first thing, is do a video so people can see what you're doing, especially if you're brand new and people have no idea who you are, no idea what kind of work you can do, what quality of sound you can create, stuff like that. Then make it really clear for them. Eliminate the guesswork of them having to work with you, okay? They don't want to take a risk or a chance working with you, so make it really clear what you can do, what you can offer. All right, second tip is to, like I said before, is to create 3 offers. So if you look in here, you have your basic, standard, and premium. Create 3 different tiers of offers that you can create and offer for people. So maybe you have one for like, you know, maybe 1 to 3 sound effects, one for 3 to 10 sound effects, and then 10 to 50 sound effects would maybe be like your premium, and then you have 3 different price points. So this just helps people to basically choose the exact package that they want for their game, and it just creates better turnovers. It just converts better into more customers buying your product. All right, and the third tip here that I'm going to give you guys is to just have a really clear image, like I said before the video, and a really clear tagline. So like some people, it's just really, like it's either their tagline is really long or it's just really not clear exactly what they're going to do. Okay, so just make it really clear. I'm going to create sound effects for your video game project, or maybe it's just any kind of visual art or visual media. So say that I will create sound effects for visual media. Just a one-liner that's really clear, really simple, and easy to read. And yeah, so that's pretty much it. So first place to go is Fiverr.com. All right, so the second way that you can earn money online as a freelance video game sound designer is by creating and selling sound effects online. So I actually made a video about this. I'll probably link it up here in the card. And it's basically a video of how I got started, how I sell on Pond5, and basically how you can get set up and sell on Pond5 as well pretty easily. So check the link for that. But basically, yeah, that's it. Is go online, start selling your sound effects online on these websites such as Pond5, such as Audio Jungle. And there's a whole bunch of different ones that you can look up. Just make a quick Google search and yeah, I would say start with Pond5 and Audio Jungle, and then just sell your sound effects on there. Individual sound effects, you can load them up and get going like that pretty easily. All right, so 3 tips for actually selling individual sound effects online. So the first one is to start with Pond5. Pond5 has just been the one that's probably the easiest to get started. Again, no barrier to entry. You can just create an account and get started right away and start uploading your sound effects there. Okay, that would be my tip number 1. Start there. All right, my second tip would be to make sure you spend a good amount of time focusing on the title, the tags, and the description of your sound effects. So it's really easy to just skip over them and just kind of shove them off to the side and just upload the sound effect. Like that's the only thing that matters. But in reality, whenever you're uploading to these sites, the tags, the descriptions, those are equally important for people to help find your sound effects. So make sure you spend a good amount of time actually making sure that they are well tagged and well described. All right, and my third tip is be ready to be patient because it can take a long time for these sites to actually start bringing in revenue, and a lot of sound effects have to be uploaded on them before you can start to see some sort of income. So it is a long game. It's a long-term game, especially for something like Pond5. Like you need a lot of sound effects on there to get a decent amount of revenue. So, but again, if you get started right now, in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 years down the line, when you have a lot more sound effects, it's just once it's there for life, and then you can start having that income month after month. So something to be looking forward to. All right, let's go into my third way of earning money online as a freelance video game sound designer, and that is by selling sound packs. All right, so if you guys don't already know, sound packs are basically groups or collections of sounds that you can sell to game developers, you can sell to audio designers, sound designers, other sound designers, or just video creators. So let me show you what I'm talking about here. All right, so on game engines such as Unreal here, I'm online at unrealmarketplace.com, so unrealengine.com/marketplace. And if you look here, you can browse, and let's see, we browse sound effects, okay? So right here, you have a whole bunch of people that are just uploading sound effects online, and they're just packaging them into these sound packs, and then people can just buy them. These are usually, game developers or indie game developers or whoever, and they can just buy them and import them directly into their games, right? So these are all sound effects that people can use in the game. So what you can do is create these sound packs for game developers, for other people to use in their games. So yeah, this is basically it. So the 3 tips again here for selling sound packs online. Number 1 is to be thematic. Obviously, that would be really helpful, especially if you're looking at a collection of sounds. You want the collection to make sense. So for example, just looking at here, you can see, footsteps on different surfaces, footsteps on carpet, footsteps on tile. If you have a certain collection that's very specific to a certain type of sound. You can have something like gun packs, something like monster sounds, like monster roars, or just have a whole sound pack that is just around one monster, so that if somebody is interested in that monster sound, they know that if they buy that monster sound pack that you created, that they are set for their game. That monster sound is covered everything from footsteps to roars to everything else in between, right? So that is number 1, is to make it thematic. So you can do that, like I said, by collecting sounds together by sound type, and the other thing is that you can actually also collect sounds together by game. So let's say you have like something like like a Connect 4 type of game or something like that. Well, you can create all the sounds that somebody would need for that kind of game, okay? So that they don't even have to think about buying more than one sound pack. They can just get your sound pack. They know that it'll cover all the sounds for their game. So that's another idea there. All right, number 2 tip is it would be to start with Unreal Engine. Unreal Engine is just the biggest engine online as far as I'm aware, and it's just massive. They also provide the best payout options for people who sell sound packs on there. So at the moment of recording this, I think they're offering something like 88%, something like that, which is really unheard of. Like regular is like something like 70-30. So you get 70, they keep 30. But right now they are offering you 88% and they only keep 12. So that's really crazy. And even at that, 70-30 is pretty nice. A lot of places like pond5.com, they only offer 50-50. So yeah, so something to keep into consideration there. And the third tip I'm going to say for starting selling sound effects or sound packs online here is to make sure that you have good quality and good amount of quantity of sounds, right? You don't want to just sell like 5 sounds together and then make it like some ridiculous price. Like if you're going to sell sound pack together, make sure it's well priced. Double check other people's sound packs and just make sure you're competitive with them. or figure out a way to be competitive with other people. It doesn't necessarily have to be with price. It could be with quality. It could be with other offers that you make with your sound pack. So just be creative with that, okay? And make sure that you don't underprice yourself, especially as a beginner. It's so easy to just underprice yourself. Well, you're thinking, well, my sounds are not as good quality, or I'm just starting out, so I'm just going to make my prices really low. That doesn't necessarily mean you're going to sell more sound effects if you do that. Actually, a lot of the times it means the opposite. It means you're not going to sell as much because people are not interested in buying low quality sounds. And when you're undercutting yourself and undervaluing yourself, and then that's how people perceive it. So if someone would be looking at like a sound pack like this here, you have a sound pack here that's at $50. You have one at 60 and one at 6. Well, which one's going to be the most valuable? Naturally, you're going to say it's this muscle one because it's the most expensive one, right? Like obviously, if you're going to sell it at a high price, you got to make sure you deliver on that price tag. But just be aware that just because you're putting in a lower price tag doesn't mean that it's going to be more valuable. Okay. All right, so that is everything. Those are 3 ways that you can start earning money online right now, today, as a freelance video game sound designer. So a few things, last thoughts to keep in mind here is, one is to be patient. I mean, it doesn't matter which platform you choose to go online to start selling or working. You have to be patient because it just takes time. It takes time for people to know about you. It takes time for people to want to work with you. It takes time for you to develop your skill and become better sound designer, creating better sound effects and everything else in between, right? So just be patient and know that it does take time, okay? It's not a quick overnight thing. It's going to take time. Another thing to take into consideration and to think about here is that you always want to provide value first. Always lead with value. Always think to yourself and ask yourself how you can help other people and how you can provide more value to other people more than anybody else in the marketplace or in your niche or in whatever place you want to create sound effects. So try to place yourself in the customer's shoes who are buying either your service or buying your sound effects online, your sound pack or your individual sound effects. Like just put yourself in their shoes. What is valuable to them? What would they be wanting to pay or willing to pay? And what kind of work are they expecting from what they're getting from you? And then finally is just to keep practicing, keep on improving. And the great thing about these 3 ways of earning money online that I shared with you is that as you're doing them, you actually are improving your skill and getting better because you have to create more sound effects in order to create more sound packs. You have to create more sound effects in order to sell more sound effects. You have to create more sound effects in order to offer your services on Fiverr. So each of these 3 things, if you do them, you'll continually get better because every day you have to show up, you have to create more sound effects, and you have to keep on improving. So that is kind of the bonus of doing this online. And of course, it's not the only way that you can earn money online. So if you actually have other ways that you could think of that you could earn money online as a beginner, leave it in the comments below. Let other people know how you can do it, how maybe you have done it. And it'd be great to know what other people are doing out there. All right, so I think that's everything for this video. Thanks so much for watching. If you guys have any questions, as usual, please leave them down in the comments below. And just a reminder to check out the description for that free workshop, and I'll leave a link in there. All right, so that's it for now. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.